because the outside world rejects you.
Hey, what's up, Turtle fans? A while back, I did a video about the lost scenes of the 1990 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. Things that were supposed to, at one point or another, be in the movie, but for whatever reason didn't make it. A fun video, by the way, that if you haven't checked out, please do so. I'll link it at the end of this video. Now, one of the storylines that didn't make it into the final cut of this film seemed to really stand out amongst the others. And that was the Michelangelo storyline that didn't pan out. And in this video, we're going to take a look at some more clues of that scene that almost happened. But before we get started, I just want to remind you, if you're new to the channel and you want more videos on Ninja Turtles updates, lore, reviews, stuff like that, go ahead, hit that subscribe button. That's all we talk about here on this channel. But let's waste no more time and dive into the long-lost sketch of the 1990 movie's version of Michelangelo. Now, some of you, like I said, might have missed that video I did talking about the lost scenes of the 1990 movie. So what storyline am I talking about, you may be asking? Well, let me give you a brief summary. Clues outside and within the movie seem to point in the direction of Michelangelo being heavily affected by the kidnapping of Splinter, more so than we saw in the original movie. Have you ever wondered when watching the movie why April sketches Leonardo when he's watching over Raphael after he's been jumped by the Foot Clan, and then she sketches Donatello when he's working on the truck with Casey Jones? But for whatever reason, she doesn't sketch Michelangelo at any time during the film. Well, the comic book adaptation of the 1990 Ninja Turtles movie gives some insight to this and has the story play out a little bit different, possibly remnants of the way the story was supposed to be in the movie. Let's go over some of it. The comic book adaptation of this movie is pretty much scene per scene in line with the movie, with a little, whoa, where did this come from type scenes sprinkled in, such as the Shredder taking on the Foot recruits, which actually did get recorded at one point and can be seen in the Turtle Power documentary. Again, yet another reason to believe that this Michelangelo storyline was originally intended to be in the final film. Anyways, in the comic, when the Turtles are at the farm, April draws Leo and Don. Then she moves on to Michelangelo, narrating as she does for the other two brothers in the movie, saying as she sketches them, but the one that worries me the most is Michelangelo. He spends all his time in the barn, training alone, withdrawn, on the edge, which we get to see glimpses of in the montage of the movie, by the way. Now, think about it, this would have been a pretty interesting storyline, because if you look back at the beginning of the movie when Donatello asks Mikey about what Splinter said, not having him and all, Michelangelo seems to act like he doesn't hear him. Distracted by pizza? Yes, but maybe also not wanting to think about what his brother just asked him, burying the thought of something so terrible happening deep down inside. This would have tied in with the overflowing of emotion at the farm and would have been capped nicely with his tear that comes out at the campfire when they're listening to Splinter. And also, if you listen to the background noise in the final fight with Shredder, when it's focusing on the street where Casey Jones and the kids from Shredder's warehouse are hanging out, you can hear Michelangelo is putting up the longest fight up against the Shred dude. Later on in the fight, Leonardo gives him a pretty good run for his money, but in that first initial encounter, Michelangelo seems to be doing pretty good. Now, maybe I'm looking too much into it. Maybe it was just the way it was edited, happened to include Mikey fighting in the background, or maybe a conscious decision to show that all those deep down buried feelings about losing Splinter were fueling him while he took on their enemy. This movie is riddled with subtleties like that, so it's a very good possibility that that's what's happening there, and was pointed out to me by a lot of you guys on my last video I did talking about the 1990 movie.
Come on. So much for family, huh?
Now, at exactly what point did we lose control here?
Whether this was the intention of that or not, still a cool new way to look at that scene if you have happened to never looked at it that way. Now, we've gone on for quite a bit, and I'm sure some of you may be wondering, well, was April supposed to draw a sketch of Michelangelo or not? Well, let's take a look. Come to find out, it looks like this may in fact have actually been a thing. If you go over to iCollector.com, it's an auction site for movie and pop culture stuff, you can see a sketch of Michelangelo. The header says 6 Karen Stewart concept sketches of character April in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. For some of you who may not know, Karen Stewart is listed as assistant art director, but it says uncredited next to it on the IMDb page of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1990 movie. Now, the Michelangelo sketch has him hitting a punching bag in the background, the same way he is shown doing in the montage of the movie and the images of some deleted scenes. Then in the foreground, we have a larger image of Michelangelo appearing to be throwing a left hook. You could see wood panelings on the roof and the walls, and a makeshift punching bag kind of hanging down, very similar to how we saw in the barn in the movie, leaving no doubt in my mind that this is absolutely taking place in that location. Also in the bottom corner of the picture, you can see Karen Stewart's signature. Now, if you kind of go through this auction, you notice that there's also a second sketch on this auction that wasn't in the film. This one appearing to show, I believe it's Michelangelo again, doing some poses, about 3 or 4 of them. The main one, you could see he has his one hand sticking out and the one hand kind of hanging over his head. Then to the top right, you can see 2 of them. You see one, him kicking up to the sky, and the other one, him kind of pushing something away. And then behind him, you can kind of see one that was erased, but that one is hard to tell to see what was going on. It's kind of strange that there's 2 Michelangelo sketches. It's a possibility that could be Raphael, but the color of the bandana looks pretty orange to me on both sketches. Unless I'm looking at it wrong, let me know down below if you see it a different way. A few more details can be seen about these sketches. The item description reads, New Line Cinema 1990, pencil, and colored marker sketches on 9x12, 3 of them, and 12x16, 3 of them. Illustration paper by assistant art director Karen Stewart of turtle characters, which are meant to represent the work of the film's character April, who sketches them during the film. It continues by saying the small one of Leo also includes the filmed copy version of it in same size, intentionally distressed for screen use. Beautifully rendered artifacts from the first film for these cult comic book figures. This auction appeared to have ended on May 15 of 2011, if everything on the screen is correct. But that's it. That's the lost sketch of Michelangelo from the 1990 movie Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The fact that little details from this movie impact us all this way, to where just seeing little things we didn't know about it back then, just speaks volumes for how well executed the Turtles were done in that movie, and that can't be said enough. So I'll leave you with that. I want to thank you all for watching. Maybe Steve Barron, the director of the 1990 movie, or anyone else that worked on that film, has a chest of artifacts like this that have never been seen before. I can't wait till the day stuff like this surfaces so we can talk about it here on the Turtle Den. Thanks everyone for watching. Please hit like and subscribe if you're stumbling across this channel and you want more Turtle Mania in your life. Also, if you could, please hit thumbs up and comment on the video, as it helps tremendously with more Turtle Maniacs finding the channel here. Also, if you can, go subscribe to my second channel, Tonight's Top Movie Moment. It's kind of like a side thing I do. The Turtles will always be the main thing I do, but I like to go on there every once in a while and talk about things non-Ninja Turtles related. So that's the spot if you want any other stuff. Always good to have you guys on that channel as well. Thanks again for watching. That's it for this one. I'll see you in a little bit with another video. Take care.
Come on. So much for family, huh?
Hey Turtle fans, thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to follow me on all the social media platforms, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. It's a good way to stay in touch with the channel. And also, if you want, go ahead and give the video a share on your social media platforms, Reddit, Twitter, all that stuff. And let's spread Turtle Mania to the world. Once again, thanks everyone for watching. It really does mean a lot.